Okay guys, welcome in the next video. In this video we are going to talk with Sunderland University. I have here a Carla and we will cover topic accommodation. So will I be able to find accommodation in London?
Okay, so basically, unfortunately, the University of Sunderland, I was just actually explaining that here one of the biggest problems in London is space. So there are a lot of people in London and spaces are quite small to find lodges and so on. So there are a lot of universities here in London that don't have accommodation for students. What exists in London is student accommodation, like unions, let's gonna say like that, like groups of accommodations for students that you can apply, and they are all over the city. And if you go to our website, you can find a link on the tab accommodation, and we have a bunch of organizations that basically manage these student accommodations. So this is one way for you to get accommodation. You have these student accommodation organizations and they are all over London, and basically they will do better prices for students. You just basically just prove that you are studying London and they accept you as a student on their residency. And then the other way, the normal way that usually people find accommodation, like for example like people that is living in London, you have several ways to find accommodation. Or you buy a house, which is very expensive in the city. So I'm not sure if you are going to buy a house, especially if you are returning to your country. Or there is like websites like Spare Room or Find a Property or things like that, where you can register exactly the area where you want to find a room, and then basically they have a bunch of adverts that you can apply, and it's like finding a room in a house with other people. So you have a landlord and you pay the rent to this landlord and you live with people, and it's a chance to find and meet new people. So you'll have not only your friends from the university, but when you arrive home, then you also have nice friends at home. The coolest thing about this is that you live with people from a lot of different countries. So for example, since I arrived to the city, because I come from Portugal, I lived already with Chinese people, with European people, with Brazilian people, with Mexican people. Like food-wise, it's amazing when people decide to cook, and there are a lot of international parties, and then you start to meet all these people, so you make a lot of friends from different countries. You might even learn some languages, and you have a lot of great fun.
I like the way about your answers. I just ask very simple question and you cover it from every angle. That's Carla, so we have to get used to it, but it's huge benefits. You mentioned rent, and so I can smell some high costs for it. So we are going to talk in the next video about job opportunities in London, whether it is possible to find it. So see you in the next one.